Click that, and then boom. There's our image. All right. Welcome back to the TNT Podcast.
That poor little monkey.
Okay, yeah.
Looks like something I deposited in the toilet earlier today.
Today we're going to be covering a little-known cryptid in North America and another in South America. First, we'll be trying to convince my dad here, the ultimate skeptic, that the San Pedro mountain mummy is real.
Of course it's real. Look at it.
I mean, that's it right there. You can see the X-ray along with it.
Yeah.
In the early 1930s, in the San Pedro Mountains in Wyoming, by a gold hunter named Cecil Maine, using dynamite, he blasted open a cave only to find a mummy sitting on a ledge, like perfectly sitting there.
You think it died sitting on that ledge?
Or something put him up there.
He's probably waiting on supper to arrive. Don't tell him how long he sat there. Starved to death.
Who made him supper?
Yeah. Now we're thinking a lot.
The mummy was in a sitting position, but if it was standing, it would have been 17 inches tall. It only weighed 1 pound.
Now I know he starved to death.
Okay.
Probably sat up there a week saying, wonder when that Uber driver's going to show up with my dinner.
They didn't have Uber back then.
Oh.
A couple years later, Cecil stated that he sold the mummy to Homer Sherrill, who told him he'd given it to the Field Museum in Chicago, Illinois. When the museum was contacted, they had no record of ever receiving the mummy.
Here we go. Frank Hansen, nice man. Lies.
Doesn't mean it's a lie. Could have got lost in translation. Could have got lost
in translation. Don't they all speak English?
The truth of the matter was that Cecil had sold the mummy to a local drugstore in Wyoming where it was displayed in the front window.
Now that'll sell you some drugs. Come take our pills or you'll end up looking like this thing.
I mean, I don't... In the 1940s, it was purchased by a car dealership who displayed it at their business, hoping it would attract customers to his car lot.
Not sure how that's going to work. Unless it had a sign on it that said, if you don't buy a car and walk, you're going to look like this guy in 3 or 4 years.
Well, you said you said the Uber... Oh, gosh. You said the Uber driver thing. Like he was waiting on his Uber driver?
Oh,
they could have used that.
Get your own car. You won't starve to death.
Experts claim to believe that a race of pygmies lived in the central United States centuries ago and believe this mummy was proof. 2 doctors, Shapiro and Martin, had a chance to examine the mummy in the late 1940s and early 1950s. Both believed the mummy to be a child who died of anencephaly.
Waterhead.
No, that's hydrocephaly. They're an anencephaly is
Spit
someone.
it out, Joe.
Anencephaly is someone born without a brain. So
I know a lot of people like that nowadays. You remember our expert on Oliver? Yeah, that's another one. Born without a brain. She's got that very disease. She always said she had kidneys in her head. Does that qualify?
Probably.
Okay.
The mummy is different than any human, though. It was discovered that it was male. I don't...
Are they sure?
I hope
I mean, you'd have to have a microscope or a magnifying glass just to see his package. He's so little.
Maybe they did.
What?
Maybe they did. Like, there's more ways to tell if something's male.
Oh. Was his voice deep?
Yeah, it's... anyways.
Where's my Uber?
You should be a voice actor, man.
I should have been.
He also had some broken bones, as you can see.
So who'd beat up the pygmy? I hope it was another pygmy, not some full-size human bully or something. I don't know. You know what? He could have been in a fight with a squirrel or a gopher rat at that size. I mean, but a raccoon, he wouldn't stand a chance.
Unsolved Mysteries covered Pedro, as they nicknamed the mummy. Another family from Wyoming came forward with another mummy. I'll show you right now.
I can't wait. Does he look like that?
Nah. Looks like she
She.
looks like that.
That's a potato.
That's not a potato.
Somebody carved a potato.
That's not a potato.
Tell you what, somebody's got too much time on their hands. I don't know what the world's coming to.
That's not a potato.
Carve a potato. Pass it off as a pygmy. Come on, man.
This mummy was 4 inches tall and dated to 1500 AD. It has blonde hair. Therefore, how could a Native American child have blonde hair? That's not.
So what you say?
I don't know. Scientists noted that this mummy is female. It was discovered by a sheep rancher in 1929, and they nicknamed it Chiquitta. Hold on.
Let me see that.
In the quotes.
Chiquitta, like the banana. Shit.
That doesn't look like a banana.
They teach y'all English in school anymore.
Yeah, but that's not English.
Oh, okay.
Banana's English.
Banana's English?
This mummy was in a seated position, just like Pedro, with its arms crossed around its legs.
They must have been, both of them must have been real cold or had to go to the bathroom real bad when they died. Reckon?
It's not funny. That thing died.
Well, I hope so.
That's all I gotta say about this one. We got a third one. We're gonna go to South America, to the country of Chile. This isn't a mummy. Chile.
Where?
Chile.
Where's that country? Is that close to Argentina?
Okay, look.
It's Chile, Goofy.
Look at that. Jump scare. You gotta admit that one looks real.
You say so.
Okay. This isn't a mummy, but it is a skeleton.
It is.
Most
sure that ain't plastic.
It's not plastic. Most cryptozoologists believe this is the skeleton of an extraterrestrial, although scientists again claim it's human. There are other.
They should know.
I don't believe it's human.
Then again, they think their grandpa's a monkey, so they don't know much. This thing's supposed to be human.
Yeah. But I don't believe it is.
Look at this gizzard. It's barely big enough to hold that big head up.
That's not the only reason why it's not human. It has 10 ribs instead of 12. Scientists also have found over 60 mutations in the DNA. That's more than ever been found in a human.
Does that make it one of them Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
No.
No.
That's more mutations than any human ever in history.
Is that the head up there? That ain't his hemorrhoids, is it?
It's a head.
What is this stuff in here? If he's a skeleton, this has got to be guts. So he ain't just a skeleton. Look at all that in there. What is that? What's on his gizzard? Looks like he's full of crap.
Are you done?
Is that my holes?
Yes.
You sure don't look like he can tell where he's headed.
What do you mean?
How's he get around? By osmosis?
No, he's an alien. Who knows how he gets around?
He's an alien. You said he was a human.
They think he's a human. I think he's an alien.
You think he's an alien?
Look at it.
10-ribbed alien.
They wouldn't have the same anatomy as us.
They would.
No.
Wait, I tell you what, they got a pretty poor anatomy. They ain't gonna win no beauty contest either.
What do you give it?
You think this is an extra testicle, right?
Terrestrial. Yeah.
I give it a 2.
What about this one?
That potato, I give it a 2.
Stop. Hold on. Analyze it first.
Okay. It's a potato with a hole cut in it.
Its mouth is open.
Huh. That's one of them eyes on the potato that popped out.
What about the ear? How is that?
They carved that out. See, it ain't got no skin on it. This is the inside of a potato. Rolled it around in the dirt a little bit. Look at it.
What this one?
That monkey. Well, you said it was a brainless monkey, right?
Analyze it first.
Okay. It's definitely brainless. Look how flat his head is. He's probably about as intelligent as old Forrest Gump, our expert.
Look at its spine.
Well, what about it?
It's all messed up.
Well, you would be too if you've been sitting in that position for 1,500 years.
Fair enough.
Huh?
Fair enough.
He's probably got a sciatica.
No. He's...
Huh? He's got a sciatica. He's really got to go to the bathroom.
So what do you think he is?
What is he? You said he's a waterhead. I mean, a no-head. What'd you call it? No-brain head.
What do you think he is?
Look how flat his head is. All the air's out of it. That's because there ain't nothing in there. Like the scientist said it. I'll give it a 3. Is that about right? You happy now?
Quitting.
What?
No.
You know your buddy from Florida said if you keep on, you're going to convince me one of these don't give up. You ain't giving up, are you? Hello?
No.
I seen a cryptid. You're going to get a 10 on one if you ever figure out what it is. It wasn't no pygmy. It wasn't no potato. Wasn't no plastic skeleton.
Can you stop? That's close out of the image now.
What?
Nothing. I'm ending this episode. You have anything else left to say?
You just think, if them things are human, what if you was their mama? I mean, that's a face you couldn't even love. How'd you like to have a kid look like either one of them? You know, one of them looked like a turd, one of them looked like a potato, and the other one looked like an action figure.
Okay, we're done.